Somebody said, how do I stop being so awkward at social events? I feel like I never fit in with the group. Well, as I mentioned earlier, this literally just happened to me. So it's very fresh on my mind. In my particular situation, when I felt kind of awkward at this social event recently, it wasn't because I was alone and, my friends weren't there. That was not the case. I had friends with me. It was because the nature of the event was sort of awkward. Like, I don't know, there was a lot of really loud music. It was a party and it was really hard to talk because it was so loud. But also I was not in the mood necessarily to dance. So I was too tired. I was actually really exhausted. So I could not get myself to dance, but it was too loud to talk. And on top of that, I hadn't been out in a while. I was kind of rusty socially. And so it was just tough. And you know what I did? I just faked it until I made it. I felt kind of awkward. I felt kind of uncomfortable. I felt like I don't really know what to do with myself at this event. So you want to know what I did? I owned it. I was like, you know what? I don't want to dance, but I don't also really necessarily feel like I can talk because it's too loud. So I'm just going to people watch and I'm just going to own it. I'm not going to overthink what I'm doing. And then eventually I ended up going outside and hanging out outside where it wasn't super loud. And then I felt much less awkward because I was like, you know what? I'm too tired to dance. It's hard for me to be inside right now. But outside, there's actually quite a few people out here and I'm in the mood to talk. I could talk. So I ended up talking and that ended up making more sense. And I didn't feel as awkward because I could actually participate in a way that I felt comfortable with in the moment. And so that was how I personally handled my most recent kind of awkward social event. But I have a few tips for you that might help, okay? Because every social event is different. And so I'm just going to give some sweeping advice, okay? I think the first tip I have, attend social events with people you feel safe with. Your closest friends, your sister, your cousin, whoever you feel the most comfortable with. Go with people that make you feel safe, that don't judge you. That can really help with sort of creating this protective emotional barrier around you when you're in this group and you have sort of a safety blanket in other people. Now, listen, do I think that it's an incredibly useful and powerful skill to be able to show up to an event alone and make yourself comfortable? Yes, absolutely. But if you're somebody who's naturally awkward at social events, you don't need to get to that point immediately. You don't need to rush yourself into that evolved state. You can't force that. That takes time. And so I think practicing being social in social events with the security blanket of familiar people can be incredibly helpful because it's almost like social training wheels, having people around you who make you feel comfortable, who can help pick up the conversation when it lulls. That is such a useful tool to just help you practice, right? So if you're somebody who feels awkward, don't force yourself to go to something alone. There have been times where I've been maybe in a more socially awkward phase of my life and I'm like, I literally can't psychologically handle going to this social event alone. I can't do it. So I either need to bring somebody or not go. And there have been times where nobody's been available to come with me. And so I just don't go because I am I just can't do it. And again, some people might argue well, that's a growth opportunity. And you shouldn't miss out on a social event. But sometimes you know yourself enough to know that it might be a growth opportunity, but it's not worth it. You just can't handle it or you're just not ready, Bring people you feel safe with, but also be selective with the events that you attend. Avoid ones that clash with your personality. Attend events with people who have similar interests to you, where there's a fun activity that you want to participate in. If you're somebody who loves dancing and when, you're dancing to music and there's a bunch of people around, you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you feel yourself. Go to parties where you know that there's going to be dancing, there's going to be a dance floor, If you're the opposite and you're like, oh my God, I really don't like dancing. Dancing makes me so uncomfortable. I get so awkward. I don't know how to dance. I don't like it. Maybe you can work up to that. But for now, maybe go to a game night, go to a trivia night at a bar. Go to like a vibey sort of party or bar or whatever that doesn't have super loud music. Go somewhere where you can talk or participate in a game or activity, because that will set you up for success. Like, establish an understanding of what types of people you like to hang out with and what types of activities you like to do socially, and then find those types of events. Don't force yourself to go to something that you don't like to do. Like, it's okay to be like, you know what? I don't really like dancing at the club. I feel awkward. I feel uncomfortable. It's just not me. That's okay. Like, maybe one day, again, you can work up to it. Maybe one day it'll appeal to you. But if it's not appealing to you right now and it's making you feel awkward, it's okay to avoid those events and to put a little bit of extra effort in and find events that make sense for you to attend. Next, fake it till you make it. Okay. If you end up in a situation where maybe things aren't ideal, maybe there are activities going on that make you feel awkward, like dancing, or maybe it's a particularly chatty event, like, there's not a lot of music and everybody's talking, and maybe you kind of struggle with knowing how to interject into the group and stuff like that. That's okay. That's going to happen. Fake it till you make it. Pretend that you're confident in your dancing skills. Pretend that you're confident in your conversation skills. Pretend. Convince yourself that you are. Don't overthink it. Just try to which is such bad advice actually, because it's like, if you're an overthinker, and I definitely am, it's like impossible to just stop overthinking. But try to relax and convince yourself that you got this, because the truth is you do. And I'm not just saying that. Everyone on this planet, there is not one person on this planet that is too awkward to be saved. That doesn't exist. It is in every human being to not be awkward. Okay. It's in everyone. So you have it in you. You're just either overthinking it or experiencing things socially that maybe are kind of foreign to you. Like, you might be talking to new people that you've never met. You might be dealing with characters that are unusual, whatever, but it is in you to not be awkward. And so fake it till you make it. And that doesn't mean that you need to be loud, overly outgoing. That doesn't mean you need to not be yourself. It's more about faking the confidence. Fake the confidence to make the joke that's in the back of your head. Fake the confidence to be quiet and just listen. Just fake the confidence to just exist in it and enjoy it for what it is. Because I can guarantee you think that you're being more awkward than you are. And guess what? Even if you are being awkward, that's normal. It happens to so many people, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it can be heavily alleviated by just faking the confidence. And something that I think really helps with faking confidence is using fashion and self-expression as a confidence booster. Dress like who you want to be. Dress like the most confident, outgoing, social version of yourself, whatever that means for you. For me, when I really want to be social and I'm maybe having a hard time, I'll wear kind of a hot outfit. That's when I'm whipping out the tight leather pants and the gorgeous halter top with an exposed back, and I'm whipping out the kitten heel. When I really need a bit of an extra confidence boost, that's what I'm doing. I'm leaning into the clothing that makes me feel the most confident. I'm putting on makeup in a way that makes me feel extra confident. When you dress as your most confident self and you present yourself as your most confident self, that will help you feel more that way. Is it going to solve every problem? No, but it makes it easier to tap into that side of yourself, because again, it is in you. And last but not least, practice makes perfect. Practice, practice, practice. The more you put yourself in social situations, the better you'll be at handling it. The better you'll be at knowing how to interject. It's really just practice. And so put yourself into as many social situations as you can that feel like a good fit for you. And next thing you know, it'll be easy for you. Listen, it might take 6 months, it might take 2 years, but if you continue this practice of like, I'm going to push through the discomfort. I'm going to put myself in these social situations and rise to the occasion and fake it till I make it and look my best and bring a friend to like make me feel better. I'm going to fucking do this and I'm going to do it the best I possibly can. The more you do that, the easier it gets.